Gas stations sell billions of dollars of fuel every year, and somehow, they barely make any money. Every time you pull up to a pump and watch the numbers climb, $50, $70, sometimes even $100, it feels like the owner is printing cash. But here's the reality. Most gas stations make almost nothing on fuel. We're talking about less than 2% profit margins. That means after paying for the fuel itself, credit card fees, transportation, and taxes, the owner is left with just 5 to 7 cents per gallon. Think about that. If someone fills up a 20-gallon tank, the station might make $1. That's it. And if that customer pays with a credit card, that profit can disappear completely. So now the real question is, why would anyone own a gas station? Why invest millions into a business that barely makes money on its main product? Because the fuel isn't the business, it's the bait. Here's where everything changes. The moment you step out of your car and walk inside, that's when the business actually begins. The gas station is just the front. The real money is made inside the convenience store. Even though in-store sales only make up about 30% of total revenue, they generate over 60% to 70% of the total profit. And not all products are equal. Some items are insanely profitable. Coffee, for example. It costs just pennies to make, but sells for $2 or $3. That's a margin of up to 70%. Same with fountain drinks. Then you have prepared foods, things like hot sandwiches, breakfast items, and roller grill snacks. These alone can drive over a third of in-store profits. And finally, snacks and energy drinks. Steady margins around 35% to 40%. So here's the golden rule. Gas stations don't make money selling fuel. They make money selling convenience. Fuel brings you in. Sugar, caffeine, and impulse purchases pay the bills. And if just 1 out of every 5 customers walks inside, the entire business becomes profitable. But this business isn't easy. In fact, it's one of the most fragile business models out there. Because behind the scenes, there are 2 major forces constantly eating away at profits. First, credit card fees. Almost everyone pays with a card, and those fees are based on a percentage of the total sale. So if someone spends $80 on gas, the credit card company might take $2. But remember, the station only made about $1 in profit on that sale, meaning they just lost money. And second, overhead. Gas stations run long hours, often 24/7. That means constant staffing. Labor alone can take up 15% to 20% of revenue. Then there's electricity. Running lights, refrigeration, fuel pumps. It never stops. And then there's theft, shoplifting, drive-offs, inventory loss. All of it adds up. So to survive, a gas station needs volume. A lot of it. Most stations need to sell around 80,000 to 100,000 gallons per month. Just to break even. Miss that number, and the business starts bleeding. Now here's where things get unpredictable. Gas prices don't move smoothly. They spike fast and fall slowly. When oil prices rise, the cost for the station owner jumps immediately. But they can't instantly raise their prices, because right across the street, there's a competitor. So if they raise prices too fast, they lose customers, which means during price spikes, profits shrink to almost nothing, sometimes even negative. But when prices fall, that's when things get interesting, because stations lower prices slowly, and for a short window, they're buying cheap fuel, but still selling at higher prices. That gap, that's where they make their best margins. But even then, there's one massive risk always lurking. Underground fuel tanks. If one leaks, the cleanup costs can exceed hundreds of thousands of dollars. One mistake can wipe out the entire business. So how do smart owners win in a business like this? They evolve. Because modern gas stations aren't just gas stations anymore. They're multi-income machines. First, car washes. Once built, they cost very little to operate. But each wash sells for a premium. Margins can reach 80% or more. Second, food. Not just snacks, but full meals. Some stations partner with fast food brands. Others build their own kitchens. Either way, it massively increases how much each customer spends. And third, the future, EV charging. Electric vehicles take time to charge, 20 to 30 minutes. That's 30 minutes of a customer waiting, with nothing to do, except go inside and spend money. So the strategy is simple. Turn a quick stop into a longer experience. So what is a gas station really? It's not an energy business. It's not even a fuel business. It's a real estate and retail business disguised as one. You sell fuel at almost no profit, just to capture attention. And then you monetize that attention inside the store. It's a constant balancing act. High volume, thin margins, endless overhead. But for the operators who understand the game, it can become one of the most reliable cash flow businesses in the world. So the next time you're standing at a pump, watching those numbers climb, just remember, the real money isn't going into the tank. It's waiting inside the store. If you found this breakdown valuable, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.